This is Being Awesome with Rob Springer.
And you're listening to Being Awesome, the podcast about loving Transformers and having fun. This week in Awesome, fresh back from TFCON Charlotte. Actually, that was last weekend. So I thought I'd do a little retrospective for you guys over my weekend. Had the time of my life. Absolutely had the time of my life. I put Charticon up on such a high pedestal. And I think TFCON Charlotte 2015 is neck and neck with it. That's how good it was. It was such a great time. Friday, after we got there, me and the lady got there and got checked in to our hotel. We went down to pre-registration and met up with pretty much all the RFC gang. And after pre-reg check-in, we all went out to get something to eat. Went to a chicken place called PDQ, which was amazingly good, which led me to Google it up, see if there's any in Georgia. And it looks like there's one so far, and they're slowly moving into Georgia, into the Atlanta area, which I'd be very grateful for because that was really good. Apparently the only problem is there's already two popular chicken chains firmly rooted in Georgia, Zaxby's and Chick-fil-A. So it's taken them time to work their way in, but I cannot wait. It was so good. To make things odd, though, we got back in time to go to the opening ceremonies and for the Audio Nights presentation. The girlfriend and I went up to our room and found that the air wasn't working. So we had to basically go through the loops with maintenance to get it fixed, which ended up working out into us moving into another room, which ended up working out to us missing the opening ceremonies and the Audio Nights. Boo. But it's okay. Went down for the karaoke for the night, and we had a blast. TFCon karaoke went on pretty much all night. Don sang Eye of the Tiger. Diecast sung Journey. My good friend Skullface from Shattercast brought the house down singing Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy. And myself, I sung Take Me Home Tonight by Eddie Money, which was funny because I love that song. And that was the first time I saw the lyrics. I've always been wrong on them. So I sung a song that I don't exactly know, but I love. We had a lot of fun. And I think me and Mrs. Rob went to our room about 12 something at night to get some much needed sleep to wake up in the morning. And we had a freaking ball. They had complimentary breakfast for everybody. At the I'm using one of Mrs. Rob's kitten mugs to drink my peppermint tea from this morning. I need to wash mine. But it's okay, it's a really nice mug. And I like cats too. But they provide us a complimentary breakfast buffet, which was delicious. After doing that, I went to the dealer's room. I didn't stand in the line like a lot of people did. That line practically wrapped around the hotel. I let it open up and people get in there before I went in. And, I went in, shopped around for a bit, and then did some panels after lunch. I bought a metric ton of QTF. I'm kidding. I bought like 14 QTF toys. Ages 3 and up had like 3 for $25 or 1 for $10, and everyone had pretty much 1 for $10. So I think I bought like almost everything they had. And then I took Toy Dojo was next to her, and I ended up buying G1 Optimus and Megatron from him. I should have bought. He had Drift and Red Alert also. I really should have got those. I'm still kicking myself. I love the QTF line. In fact, I think it's my favorite thing going on in Transformers right now. So here's Soundwave. Video viewers get to see me holding Soundwave up. Audio viewers, I'm holding Soundwave up. He's delightful. kind of shopped around. I also bought Evil Lord, the third-party Legend Scale Overlord toy, which is an absolute awesome figure. I suggest everyone get one if you want, if it's your thing, of course. But that was definitely a highlight of a purchase. Other things I bought this weekend, um, I did a trade. I had a Primal Rage and Ring Raider set and packaging that I sold to my friend Jacob, Retro Reboot, for a Machine Wars Thundercracker sealed in its package. From Master Shooter, I didn't buy the Master Shooter toys. I really should have. But I bought the Kabaya kits for Die Atlas and the rest of the team to make Big Powered. My good friend Nick Ocha had promised to bring me a Halo Mega Block set earlier in the year. And he remembered, so he brought me that, and it was really cool. It's got a heavy gunner Spartan in it. I can't wait to build it. I also, over the weekend, I got a Godzilla figurine. Who was that by? I can't remember what else I bought. I know I bought a ton of QTF and wish I would have bought more. Um, at Prereg, uh, Captured Prey had sent up a bin of those animated figures, the human figure sets that were, I forgot who did it. It was a third party unofficial set of like Fanzone, Sumdac, and Sorry. And they were giving those out in little bags for free. They're not they were not very good toys, but for free they were great. And I think everyone had a lot of fun just kind of playing with them all weekend. I got, between me and the girlfriend, I got 2 sets, and I don't know if I'll ever crack them open, but at least I can say I have them. I also made sure point to get my program signed by Dusty Griffin, my good friend who did the art in it. He did a great job. Um, Getting back to the con, we went to the Flint Deli panel, which was awesome. He really told some stuff. I mean, that's one of those guys I can listen to all the time. That behind the scenes stuff for the old cartoon and stuff, even the new cartoons, but specifically G1 and Beast Wars. When they start talking that stuff, I'm there. And Flint was definitely on point. Rick Alvarez's panel was really good. Also, he went over the aligned continuity and what went wrong, like, because he worked at Hasbro at the time, worked on the project, so his insight was really cool to listen to, and you could just kind of feel his pain, watching his frustration over his face, over all the hardships they had to endure during it. I also poked into the Audio Nights panel. There's some really good friends I've made that do that, and it was really neat to listen to the, I guess, B-roll of clips they had that they hadn't been putting in presentations. Those guys do a really good job with their performances, and if you haven't checked them out, please do. They're really good. And of course, I was there for the third-party panel. Us RFC guys, we kind of charged the front row when it opened up, so we had the front row seat for all 600 slides. It was really neat to watch them all, and big props up to Ryan Sheely. I hope I said your last name right, dude. He did that presentation wonderful. I mean, he had 600 slides in an hour, and he just had this one flowing speech introducing everything. He just didn't stumble, didn't anything. He did a great job presenting it. I know I couldn't have done a good job like that, so that's really impressive of him. We ended up, after the con wound down Saturday, getting some Toppers pizza and kind of lounging out around the hotel. I think a lot of us went to the hot tub to swim some, and then we all went to bar night for like a few hours, which ended up at the RFC room for a little while for retiring for the night. Now I'm cutting out a lot of things, like we did our not RFC recording was Sunday. Did a lot of in and out stuff, like hanging out, talking to people. I got to meet a lot of people I didn't already know and see a lot of people I already did know, and it was really awesome. Just conventions are really cool because you get to convene with people, and it's a lot of fun. Sunday, I did some more shopping in the dealer's room. I got I kind of gave a vague cover of what all I got earlier when I was talking. So yeah, QTFs and stuff like that. I wish I'd bought. I love QTF. This podcast is one step away from becoming the QTF podcast. Had a lot of fun. Went to the. I had misread the schedule. I had a hard time deciphering the schedule's blocking, so I ended up missing the organizers panel when we stepped out to Jack in the Box to get something to eat. We were all getting really hungry, and I suggested Jack in the Box, and we all did it because we don't have Jack in the Boxes in Georgia, so it's really cool to have some. Thinking Saturday we ate at Cookout all as a group, and Cookout is just now starting to move into Georgia. There's a few locations, but none are convenient to me, so I haven't gotten a chance to try it yet. I enjoyed it, not as much as I was hoping I would, but of course I just got a barbecue plate, so maybe the hamburger is something I'd enjoy more. Mrs. Rob didn't seem to like it at all, but once again, she just had a barbecue plate too, so maybe she just really didn't like their barbecue, and maybe I just thought their barbecue was okay. But I'd like to try like their other food because it was a really good bargain for like $5 basically. You had like a metric ton of food and a drink. But so due to my misplanning, we missed the organizers panel and got there just in time for the multi-podcast show panel, which was a lot of fun to do. Although none of us really knew what to do, so we kind of jumped from subject to subject, just kind of really winged it. But we had fun with it, and it was a lot of fun. What was really cool after the panel, talking to people in the audience, there was a family that it was like two teenagers and their mother and their father who was not at the show. Apparently the father's been listening to RC since 99, and his kids who grew up to be fans, they all went to CharlotteCon. Apparently I gave them some cheer wine at CharlotteCon, so I'm glad they enjoyed it. But yeah, we had talked for a little bit, and apparently the whole family's big fans of RFC and listen to it every week together, and I thought that was really awesome. I haven't went to bed yet from work, so I'm starting to kind of wind down from today, which is completely, I don't know if ironic, but a week ago when I got off Thursday morning, I stayed up, and me and the woman had breakfast and packed up our bags and left for TFCON, stopping to wash the car and stuff like that. And I think I slept like 2 hours. I didn't even get any of that 2 hours sleep till like 12 o'clock, but I was fine. Now I'm just sitting here in my room, just ate like a breakfast burrito, and I'm about to crash. So it's like I told her, look, you don't understand. It's Christmas morning. I can't sleep. Santa's coming. It's just funny. I guess also my peppermint tea is not helping. It makes you relax. So I'm just kind of easing on into the crystal ship and heading on out, I always wonder what happened when Cthulhu hit the crystal ship. I guess I'm not going to go into things. I'd probably get stuck forever pondering which monsters the crystal ship would run into. But, Sunday was a great fun. After everything wound down, all of us RFC gang that was left, I think Brian pretty much headed out after all that. Dawn. We did a podcast episode of RFC in the RFC room. That was a lot of fun. It's really cool because we're all in different states and stuff, so all of us in one room together recording was a lot of fun. Wish we could do that more often. I really do. But yeah, Don and Kilby pretty much headed off right after the show, leaving Melvar, Diecast, and me to Ellen and Mrs. Rob to enjoy the fun. We all went to the hot tub again, and then wound up in the bar area again with I always say the rejects of the con Sunday night. Who was all left? Like Jeremy from Transmissions hung around for a little bit. Excuse me. And then, of course, Bobby and Greg and some of the Shattercast crew is still around. So we all just kind of made one big island and just chatted all night. And we were eventually joined by Colin and some of the TFCON crew who really were good conversation. So we had a good night. Kind of retired, I think about 12:30 to bed, so me and Mrs. Rob could get some sleep. And because we had to head back to Georgia in the morning. Woke up, got some more breakfast at an awesome buffet, checked out, and headed home. Ironically, Charlotte in a 13 for CharlotteCon took me 6 hours to get there. This took me 4 hours to get there. Concord, which is on the north end of Charlotte. Not complaining. It was only a 4 hour trip. That was awesome. In fact, I slept a little bit of the way there, going there Friday. And then, after we shortly left, because we tinkered around the mall some, I remember Sunday, we'd actually went to the mall to find a girlfriend a Build-A-Bear zombie bear. They're kind of hard to come by here. And while we were at Jack in the Box Sunday, we had saw some kids with Build-A-Bears, and she found out one was in the mall, and we got the last one that Sunday before the podcast panel. Well, heading out, we decided to look around the mall a little bit, and had a Lego store and all sorts of stuff. And, we kind of we left, and I dozed off and woke up in Georgia where she'd hauled ass, and we got back to Georgia in like record time. But, man, it was such a good con weekend. I was really sad to see it over. And one thing I thought was really neat was, when you're having fun, time just flies by. It didn't here. It did not fly by, but I was still having the time of my life. Like Friday night, might as well have been the whole show. Because I had to remind myself, laying in bed that night, it's just Friday night. I still got 2 more days of this. That's how much fun we were having. You had to keep, like Saturday, there's 1 more day. You had to keep reminding yourself it wasn't over. The time just drug by, but it was so much fun. And thankfully, I didn't overspend any. Surprisingly, because I was really close to bringing home like every case of QTF. Like, can I just buy a case? Yeah, I don't mind having doubles or quadruples. I really like these things. It was really good seeing everybody. It was Antoine from Facebook, a lot of the gang. Of course, Shattercast guys, also RFC guys. Ran into the Transmissions guys, Charles and Jeremy. Had breakfast with them Saturday. Delightful guys, I could sit here and, Master Shooter, he's a good friend. Those are good friends there. The guy running their booth. The guys from BMOG, hadn't seen them in a while. They had made an appearance. They were that platypus wasn't ready for the show in time, so they were a little disheartened there selling the Bearsenal set still, but I think they got some good sales going on. I probably should have bought one. I really like that green Bearsenal set, but it was cool talking to them. It's just great seeing people and having a good time. That seriously, it's right there with CharlotteCon. It literally is. I can't really put into words how much fun I had. How, like, I had to make myself take pictures because I was like, I'm not taking any pictures. Yeah, I have too much fun to push click. And people who know me when I'm at a con, I have my digital camera. It's a point and shoot, like 15 megapixel. I love it. And I'm just firing them off every few seconds. I click, 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 click. I had to make myself do it because I was having too much fun. I tweet picked a few pictures, but whoop-de-doo. I won't record hard evidence of this weekend. It was such a good time. There's some replica cars there that were really great. Like, of course, there was Bumblebees, and there was a Gears and a Blur, and I was personally happy to see Jolt from Revenge of the Fallen. I always liked that car a lot, and seeing one of those there was kind of nice. But they had a replica Optimus Prime. Actually, replica, it was from Western Star, so it was actually the licensed replica show model they have to showboat the truck around at trade shows and whatever. And that was really cool because, in '07 at BotCon, did the whole picture taken with the Optimus Prime truck, and that's really rad. But I like that Age of Extinction truck a whole lot better. I think it's just a badass looking truck. It's just this big behemoth of chrome. It's just so nice. So getting a good look at that thing, and we got some pictures with it and really kind of taking it in. I was just like, man, no matter where you were standing, the sun was blinding you off of all the chrome. You know, say what you will about the movies, but you can't deny that those are some really badass cars. And they really are, especially up close. I kind of wish I had one of those Camaros, but it's probably best for my insurance that I don't. But man, it's such a great weekend. Like, I can't form words to describe my pure love for this convention that just went through had. And I really, 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 really hope there's more to come like that. Because, you know, I guess it's something about that Charlotte area. You know what I mean? Like, a CharlottesCon was amazing. TFCON Charlotte was that. You know, we had that exact level of awesome. You know, I mean, it was just, man. You know, so it was so great. I got a lot of people came up and was like, love RFC. I got some people telling me they liked being awesome. That, you know, makes you feel great. You know, makes you feel good to see stuff you do gets appreciated. You know, it's easy to get complaints. Compliments, you gotta kind of wait till cons to get. But man, it's just such a good time. Well, I'm going to wind this thing down so I can get a little sleep. And next week, we'll get back to the normal format of being awesome. Though being next week will be the Halloween show. Might talk about something spooky for a minute. Last week, you know, there wasn't a show because I was in Charlotte and I didn't really have time beforehand to make it. I had planned to put up a special treat, but that didn't fly through, so we'll just have to save that for next time. I have to bow out. Maybe a holiday weekend. But let's do the shout outs here. Make sure you go to Talk Transformers, the Facebook group. That's pretty much the best place to talk Transformers. And join. Participate in the talking of Transformers. And the Being Awesome Q&A thread is exclusive to that forum. I'm sleepy. Please go to tfradio.net for all of our shows and showtimes. And while you're there, check out those Amazon links. Next time you do some Amazon shopping, go through that link first. You know, it doesn't cost you anything extra, and you support the site. Help us keep everything paid for, which is much thanks. You know, I'm drowning out again. You can find I'm Rob. Holy crap. You can find me at RoboRobSpringer on Twitter and Tumblr. And I'd like to thank every single person for listening. You know, I'd like to say something deep and meaningful, but honestly, I can't say anything more than thank you and mean it. So, thanks a lot, everybody. Hope to see you guys at the next con. I think Joe-Lana's the next one I'm going to, and I'm actually kind of worried because I had such a good time at this one. It had to be pretty spectacular, not me. Nah, I mean. So, thanks everybody for watching, and see you guys next time. Wham bam.
This has been Being Awesome with Rob Springer.